There's a protein in our bodies that further goes to prove just how much we need him. It's called lanolin. They also call it the Jesus molecule. It looks like a little J with the little crossbar, make it look like a cross. And they call it the Jesus molecule. And here's the thing about it. It's a protein that's like glue. It helps keep these bodies and everything we see in this world together. Without it, we would literally fall apart. So, he is literally what we are made of. And he is literally what keeps us together. That's why they call the body the temple of the Lord. That's why when you come to him and you accept him and you finally receive the Holy Ghost, he lives within you. Those who are pretty potent with the Holy Ghost have a lot of it. You can feel it coming off of them in waves. You can feel that energy coming off of them in waves. And pretty powerful thing. That's because he lives within you, because the body is the temple. What we choose to do with that temple, is up to us. It's our choice. But, it's something pretty deep to think about. Some of you get it. Some of you be puzzled by it, understandably so. It takes a while to get there on that one. It takes a while to get there on a couple of them, I've told you. But it's there. He even showed me a vision once. Why this earth has 4 corners. There are 4 corners. Why it's suspended in space the way it is. Well, it was about a 2 nanosecond glimpse. But that's all I needed. But I understand why it's got 4 corners. It would blow your mind. It's actually kind of simple, but it would blow your mind. But that's part of the crazy train. It's there are wonders that you just can't imagine. And they are explainable. It's just you have to be open to a certain level of truth in order to understand. Like I told God one day, I said, if I burn, I burn, but I got to know the truth. And boom, he downloaded not stuff I didn't already know. It was all stuff I already knew. I already had all the pieces. He just put it all together in a picture and showed it to me. It set me down. I was thankful there was a chair behind me because my knees just disappeared. So I was thankful for that chair. And since then, he showed me a few things here and there, like E equals MC squared. The 4 corners of the earth. All that. Well, that was a beautiful moment. Let me tell you, what I saw was just beyond imagination beautiful. But yeah, folks, we are made of God, literally, not just figuratively. And He is what holds us together. And what we go through in this life, folks, serving God ain't for the squeamish. A lot of folks want to treat God like a genie in a bottle and say, oh, because I prayed for it. No, not because you prayed for it. Like He said in His word, He will prosper you so as your soul prospers. But some folks prosper. You can tell they act like they serving God, but you can tell they ain't serving God. They ain't about God. They about themselves. But they use God as a means of getting a lot of that. Oh, God will sort that out. But now this life, for those who choose to follow Jesus, I won't even say Christian because a lot of they've perverted what being a Christian means too. But those who follow Jesus is not for the squeamish. Yeah, I'm sitting here beat down, disabled, can't do a lot. But folks, I'm stronger now than I ever have in my physical strength in my peak. That might be hard to understand. Because when all this happened to me, He taught me a different strength. And it takes a lot more strength. Trust me. If it wasn't for His, I wouldn't have none. But that's why I can have a great day even on my worst day. Because everything's in perspective. But it ain't for the squeamish. Not a bit. Sometimes following Jesus means living a hard life. You'll get put through things that are unjust. You'll fall prey to traps and snares that are not just. And it will make the just seem like total monsters when they're not. And then they'll have to carry that around all their lives. But God has a way of making some of His a total pariah to society. Totally hated. Totally not wanted around. You know, John the Baptist and Jesus both were known as desert preachers. They were rabbis, but they were sequestered out to the desert areas where there weren't that many people because the mainstream rabbis did not want them teaching and preaching amongst a lot of masses. They did not agree with them. They could not refute what was being said, but they did not agree with them. So that's a kind of funny little tidbit. Well, folks, this has been kind of long. I may have her split this up into 2 different videos. That way y'all don't have to listen to it all at one time. But I'm just sitting out here drinking on me some coffee. Letting y'all see that out there while I ramble on. And I know it might turn some of y'all off. But there's one thing about it. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Some of you will accept it. Some of you won't. And that's okay. That's what we're all here to do, is to make a choice. Some will accept truth, some won't. But I'll end it with this. I've been dead 3 times. 2 of those times I remember. 1 I don't. There has to be a reason why I don't remember that. Not only do I not remember what came after that moment, I don't remember that moment happening. So there's a reason why God does not let me remember that one. But those other two times, what I experienced, folks, I gotta tell you, it don't matter what you've got to go through in this life. It don't matter what you have to lose. It don't matter what heartache you have to experience. It don't matter. None of it matters compared to what is waiting for us if we choose to serve Him and love Him. I ain't the greatest at that. He knows it. I know it. I tell him I ain't. But for some reason, He still chooses to bless me. And of course, you know, there are a lot of folks throughout the Bible that weren't what present day Christian society would consider acceptable people. And they were the most potent with God being in their lives than anybody today. Samson, Jacob. Jacob was a rascal, straight up. Read about him. He was cunning, but yet God blessed him greatly. It's not about how prim and proper you can be. It's not about how pious you may seem to others. Of course, if you do things to where you have the respect of men, you might not have the respect of God, so you might want to check yourself. So, anyway, Piggy loves you. I've been on here too long. Y'all have a great day, because I'm gonna.